Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for being here. As you guys can see, I am virtual. I sent you guys out a notification so you guys will know what's going on. But thank y'all for being here. I set my time for 10:15 because I was trying to get some stuff done. I'm trying to multitask. So you guys bear with me this morning if I seem a little distracted. We're trying to do more than one thing at a time, okay? But we still have our topics for you guys per usual. Y'all know this is a holiday week again. So praise God for that because that gives me more time home. Because I I got so used to being at home doing my lives, you guys. But so we're still getting more acclimated into the Car Chronicles thing, and we're definitely going to be doing that again full-fledged next week. But let's go ahead and get into our show. I appreciate you all being here. Let's go ahead and speak to everyone as we always do. Okay, I see my top flight mod Rose is in the building. Hey, Rose. Hey, Rose. Thanks for being here. I see Truth is here as well. Truth, thanks for being here. My other top flight, Kim Naughton is in the building. Sheila Washington is here. Big Steak is here. SD Warren is here. Lisa Bell is here. Thanks for being here, Lisa Bell. Miss Mary says, I'm here. I'm ready to see you. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Miss Mary. I see you, Felicia. I see you. Tabitha Lester is here. Cassandra D is here. Brown Eyes is here. Easter Washington is here. Shirley Terry is here. Good morning. Nikki P is here. Miss Jackson Notary Service is here. Good morning. Eve Parker is here. Dazana Cooper is here. Good morning. That's a new name. Welcome. Coletta Passmore is here. Sophia Jordan is here. Good morning. Denise Slay. Good morning. My other top flight mod, Sweet Essence is here. Kelly S is here. D Nice is in the building. Good morning. I see Daisy Lewis. I see KBR. My other top flight mod is here. The top flights are here. Thank y'all for being here. Kim Jones, I see you. Angela Kelly is here. Thanks for being here. My other top flight, Tyra, is in the building. All right. Felicia White is here. Good morning. Pen Pal is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Scorpion Miss is in the building. Good morning. Scorpion Miss, my other top flight mod is here. Shanice Darden. Emery is here. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Who else? I think I said Denise Slay, but good morning and thanks for being here. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me do one more setting before we get deep into our show. All right. Ooh, y'all. It's still the top of the morning. I'm already tired. You take me a B12. All right. Boom, boom. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Okay. Everything said in the video, of course, is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's get our first topic up. Y'all know we like to get politics out of the way first, so we're going to go ahead and breeze through that so we can get on through the show. Now, our show is not going to be long like we usually have it, guys, so we're going to fly through our topics because your girl got to work, all right? We got to get our work done, too. All right, so let's get it up. Let's get it up. Ooh, child. Let's see. All right, so shout out to It's On Site. CNN contributor Teslin Figaro reacts to Nicki Minaj's Turning Point USA appearance. You guys know everybody's been talking about that. They call her straight MAGA. She's lost several followers behind her appearance on that particular show. Plus, there's a what is it? They put out a petition to have her deported. You guys, up out of the U.S. behind that. People are outraged because she set her ass up there talking crazy and supporting Trump. They said, did you see who switched up and who was solid? Let's get into what they had to say.
Well, having Nicki Minaj up on that stage. But I mean, I think it's interesting the way she's been so fully embraced suddenly by MAGA. And yet, to be honest, I have no idea what she believes about anything except that she loves Donald Trump.
Well, she said she wasn't with Trump several years ago, but where do I start? There's so many things I could start with. Number one, so interesting that she's talking about role models and how important role models are. Charlie Kirk, who's the founder of Turning Point, said that Nicki Minaj was a terrible role model, said that she should not be hoisted in front of young girls, that is not somebody that should be looked up to. So to have her walk hand in hand, but again, it's the picking and choosing of it all for me, to have her walk hand in hand with Mrs. Kirk as if all of a sudden the people in the audience were barbs and knew their lyrics, which I guarantee they don't. That now all of a sudden she's this, great moral figure. And then J.D. Vance even went further last week to call Jasmine Crockett, attorney Jasmine Congresswoman Crockett, a street girl. Perhaps he's not familiar with Nicki Minaj's lyrics, who talks about her being from the streets, who talks about those things. So since I'm probably the only Barb or former Barb at the table.
Are you a former now?
I'm guessing.
Super Bass is a great song.
And I love.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. And neither did the people in the audience.
It's like
And
the
that's the
beehive,
problem.
except
And so in the words of Cardi B, we see who stuck to the code and who forgot it. And so this is a real issue that's happening in the culture. And again, she has every right to believe in whatever she wants to believe.
Charlie Kirk also infamously said, rap music is terrible. You have some of these very same people trashing the genre and what it represents, and certainly would say that if they went through the lyrics of Nicki Minaj's songs, probably don't represent the kinds of family values that they espouse. But it doesn't matter, because I guess when the currency is Trump, everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
When you see who got it, you see I'm still.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna listen to you. Hopefully I don't have to edit that out. But what do you guys think about that? You know that also I had another post too where Nicki Minaj was saying that she's not going to put her album out now. Are you guys happy? Like, girl, we don't fucking care. But as you guys can see here, they said that during the discussion that Figaro referenced lyrics from a verse on Back It Up, saying that you see who switched up and who was solid. She says that you see who stuck to the code and who forgot it. Ooh, come on now. The clip has since circulated online, drawing mixed reactions across social media. So they're still going in on Nicki. They're still not happy at the decision she made to go to the Turning Point USA sit down. That was a horrible idea. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking, girl. Were you off your meds? That has literally destroyed her career. So she has decided to not put her album out. Let's show that. Let's show that. Okay, shout outs to Beats Lounge on Beats Rhymes on Lounge, because that's where I saw it. It said that Nicki Minaj announces that she's canceling her album and says that hope you're happy now. This is what she's saying. She says, okay, I'm not going to put out the album anymore. She says that no more music. Hope you're happy now. But this is what you did. You orchestrated this, right? She says, bye Barbs. So she's telling her Barbs, which is her huge supporters, her fan base, bye Barbs. Y'all know a lot of people, I think it's up to like 50 million now that stopped following her. But she did say love you for life. But she did say on Twitter, as you guys can see here, and shout out again to Beats, Rhymes, and Lounge, that she is not putting out her album. This is the same album that she was promoting and telling people, oh, you guys listen out for listen out for the new album coming out, because she, I guess, was in some type of competition with Cardi B. She was mad that Cardi B was seen as, I guess, the top female lyricist, which right now she is. Her album is doing very well. She's getting ready to go on tour. So shout out to her for that. Okay. Shout out to her for that. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah. So shout out to her for that. But what do you guys think about that? Nicki Minaj saying that she's not putting out her album. I know a lot of people like, girl, we don't care. But let's move on. Let's get into some Dwight Howard news, where he is trying to decide who should go to the military. I think his ass should go first. Okay, this is the worst idea ever, because not everybody is built for military. But this is what he says. Shout out to Shade Room. Dwight Howard says, random, I honestly feel like the president should make 1 year of service mandatory for everyone born in America. He goes on to say that a lot of other countries do it, and I think that it would help with discipline and structure. He goes on to also say that I'm curious what you think. Would this help America or not? I don't feel like that would help America. I feel like people who want to be in the military, I think we got enough people in the military to do what needs to be done. I don't feel like you should force someone to go and serve their country if that's not something they want to do. Fuck what other countries do and what they make their people do. We're not other countries. We're America. And that's the problem that I see, where other people like to mirror what other countries are doing and try to bring that over into our country to say, oh, this is what you guys should do. No, I don't feel like a person should be forced to be in the military for whatever reason, not for no fucking year or any other time. I think that, Dwight, you should go first. You like to put hands on women. Maybe that could be some structure for you. Okay, structure and discipline. That's what you said, right? Did you put hands on Royce? Were you not having wild, drugged out parties around your son? Was your son not in your presence when he was touching somebody else that ultimately got Royce locked up? Like, it's a whole line of things that I could say. Weren't you dialing up and or in DMs of trannies and inviting them over to your house and being mad aggressive with them, which cost you some lawsuits? And then when they asked you where you broke wrist out this bitch, you were like, yeah, I don't owe nobody explanation. And I said it before, live how you want to live, be who you want to be. But all this closeted bullshit that these people are doing now in reference to Dwight Howard, because that's what we're talking about, be broke wrist, baby. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, don't be out here trying to decide everyone else's fate and what they should do when you absolutely have no discipline and you absolutely have no structure. Okay? Like, for real. Roy said she had to get the fuck away from you. You slammed her all types of stuff, slammed her against the wall and all kinds of stuff. So it shows you have no discipline. You don't know how to treat women. You don't know how to treat women. So you the first person need to be on the front line. You big enough, you tall, what are you, about 7-something feet? Get your ass out there and go get on the front line and go serve your country. Since you want to be all up Trump's anus area, the left and east wing of his ass. All right, so you go and do that. So Dwight Howard shared that he thinks that the president should make it mandatory for American-born citizens to participate in military service to build discipline and structure. What do you guys think? Y'all sound off in the comments. Regions such as Russia, Turkey, and Ukraine require men to participate in nearly a year of military or national service. Said other areas such as Sweden and Israel require both women and men to serve. Okay. So let's start with the wealthy citizens. So this should be fun. This person here says start with the wealthy. Yeah, let their asses go. I ain't about to serve no country. Hell no. Now in high school, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. In high school, because y'all know in high school you don't know what the hell you want to do. I want to say like 10th grade or so. Y'all know how they have the military come to the school and try to talk to you about joining military. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in the Air Force. But then I thought about that shit like, yeah, I don't know now. And I hurried up and changed my mind. But I just don't feel that a person should be forced to do that. Just like, you know, I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all put in there. Y'all put in there. But Dwight, shut your ass up. You the first person that should be going. All right. Moving right along, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has announced that come January, she will be officially stepping down because she cannot take the bullshit in politics anymore. Okay, good for her. Because we ain't like you anyway. All right, ever since you got read down by Jasmine Crockett, girl, it was always up and stuck from there. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, honey, says that Trump screamed at her on the phone regarding releasing the Epstein files, the files that he said never existed, and claims that he says my friends will get hurt. So it's giving that they were keeping these damn Epstein files from coming out because people who he was friends with, pretty much he was protecting, because it sounds like a lot of, and I told you guys, a lot of higher ups were involved in a lot of this stuff with Epstein. And I told you guys yesterday as well that Jeffrey Epstein's brother was saying in 2023 that he reached out to the FBI to cooperate with them about some things with his brother, Jeffrey Epstein, and says that Trump ordered a lot of the shit to go on and also ordered Jeffrey Epstein's unaliving, is what he believes. All right, I'm gonna say allegedly. He believes that Trump ordered Epstein's unaliving to protect some of the information that they says that Epstein was getting ready to reveal, names and locations and things that were going on with young girls. Excuse me, among other things. What do you guys think about that? I kind of sort of believe it. But let's go ahead and read into this. Oh, that's right. So I'm sorry, guys. All right. So it goes on to say it's no secret that Trump is most likely all up and through Jeffrey Epstein files that the Department of Justice has been hesitant to fully release. It's also no secret that the former MAGA diehard Marjorie Taylor Greene is now beefing with Trump and the Republican Party due to her support of releasing the Epstein files. Now, they said the MTG is telling all of the New York Times and claiming that Trump ultimately stopped liking her solely because of Epstein. So y'all see, as long as you go along with the bullshit, then you in there. As long as you start trying to fight against and reveal things, then all of a sudden you're public enemy number one. And that's exactly what she is right now. Hence the reason she's stepping back from politics. All right, so in her profile, MTG, which is Marjorie Taylor Greene, says that during one of her last formal conversations with Trump, that he completely scolded her for publicly supporting the Epstein victims. She claims that he was screaming so loudly at her that everyone in Capitol Hill office could hear him yelling at her. Wow. Says that when she questioned why he was so upset about her pushing for the release of the Epstein files, she says that he said, my friends will get hurt. Well, not just your friends, you too, because there are pictures floating around of you hugging young girls and young girls sitting on your lap, and among other things, right? Then she reportedly suggested that Trump invite the victims to the Oval Office to show the people that he cares about sexual assault victims, to which he reportedly said that they had not done anything to earn such an honor, according to MTG's account of the conversation. And it goes on. You guys can read more into that in your leisure. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? My thing is, you were down with all this shit before Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know why you had a change of heart. Thank God you did. But people still side-eye you. People still side-eye you. Thank you for getting out of politics because you weren't doing shit while you were in there. But the simple fact that you knew about all of these things behind the scenes and you kind of went along with it as a woman, it kind of makes people look at you like, girl, how can you be on the side of wrong with Trump and all of his constituents, we could say that who were running around and allegedly sexually assaulting women? Because we did read about a woman who said that she was R-worded by Trump. That she was R-worded by Trump and told if she spoke about it that she would be unalived. So I'm pretty sure Marjorie Taylor Greene knows a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes of what was going on, including women being inappropriately touched or assaulted. But the fact that as a woman, also you went with that mess because you did not want to lose your position in politics, and that just shows a very weak individual. All right, but then you had a whole lot to say about Jasmine Crockett and how she moved. But look at you. All right, moving right along though, child. Moving right along. Give me a second. I like my stuff to be in order. Give me a second. Yeah. All right, so let's get to our next topic. Ciao. The mess, right? All right. So let's get into Cyber Radio. So Pastor Chris, Acoffer's ex-wife breaks her silence after she says that he impregnated at least 10 women during their marriage. Now, this cockeyed bastard, did he even see the women? Like, he got one eye going, he got the Bob eyes, y'all. You know, Bob had them damn cross eyes, one going that way, one going that way. Damn. So we're going to get into what she had to say. Now, she says he impregnated at least 10 to 12 women while we were still married. And that is just the ones that I know about. Damn. So he was out here slinging schlong. She said that he slept with our house help Salome from Bunu, and sleeps with his family members. Not family members. Whoa, girl, you blew me back. Says that he slept with his deaconess who came to ask me to leave him alone. What? She said that a whole mummy go. What is that? I don't know what that is. Said that Pastor Chris, his ex-wife, speaks up following claims that he left the marriage on the basis of adultery. Let's get into this shit, y'all. When I saw this, I was like, oh, we could definitely gonna talk about this.
When I couldn't take it no more, Nigerians, was when this idiot, so-called pastor, for nothing human, standing on the altar to lie that he met a one lady that got pregnant the first time, and he met another lady, the same lady came with another pregnancy again. Why are you such a liar? The manipulator, the pedophile, the rapist, even his own family members, he sleeps with them. The house help that I brought Salome before I left my children, you were sleeping with her. The girl called me and said, I cannot stand it no more. I have to leave the job. I'm going back to Benue. You, Okafor, you're not coming with the truth.
To cover the case.
Yes. Anita Choma is she was one of the deaconess in the church that was sleeping with him for years. When he took my children from me, she was the one nurturing the children. How you take my children from their mother and give it to your mistress for years? The children can talk now.
Anita Choma was living in the house with him.
She's a deaconess in the church, and moving immediately I left, she moved in with him.
Can y'all understand what she's saying? She has an accent. So what she's saying is that the deaconess who was going to their church was sleeping with her husband. Her husband has since been said to have impregnated 10 to 12 women that she know of. It could be other women that has not yet come out yet to have been impregnated by her cockeyed ass husband.
Deaconess. And she confronted me in church that leave my husband alone for me. I have witnesses that are still alive to today.
She's saying that the deaconess came up to her and told her, the wife, to leave the husband alone so that she could be with him. That's bold.
The deaconess confronting Mommy Gio to leave her husband for her is a shame to the body of Christ.
For those of you asking who is talking, this is Chris Okafor, ex-wife, that I spoke about this morning. Because I heard somebody say, why all this now? Where was she all this while? This is the mother of his children. The 4 children, the ex-wife, he was alleging of adultery today. Yeah. When they were asking him, it is Doris he has issues with. He should have settled with Doris instead of dragging the ex-wife. He focused on the ex-wife. So I think it's normal for the ex-wife. After 14 years, how many years separation?
So she's married to the pastor for 14 years. And within that time, he's impregnated 10 to 12 or more women. So damn near every year of y'all marriage, he done been spitting out back.
Years.
After 14 years that she has kept quiet, I think it is okay for her to come out and speak.
I didn't know I was marrying a demon.
So while you were married, before you left, how many women gave birth to, had children for him that you can count?
A whole lot.
Just give us a number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. Some of them have two children. Some of them have 3. Let's say total of like 10 or 12 women.
I mean, while you were married or when you left, or plus when you left?
When I was married to Okafor, those are the numbers that I know. After the wedding, on a fateful day, I discovered a wedding certificate under his bed that he was once married. I cried. I said, God, is this what happened?
So on their wedding day, she found under his bed that he had already been married before. This nigga had a bunch of secrets, right? As a pastor.
I began to get into, I asked him, he denied. The marriage certificate is still available. You will go to jail for that. For getting married and lying to me at the same time that you were never married. And got me in my prime and kept me in your house just to be a baby making machine for you. You could not equip me, you could not educate me and none of that. For me, that your apology is nothing. That your apology is nothing. Stand firm and tell the Nigerian and the community, or let's say the world at large, tell them the truth. But when I couldn't...
Child, not me, girl. What y'all think about that? He definitely needs to be locked the hell up somewhere. And he definitely needs to be made to get his ball area clipped so he can't have no more kids, because that's excessive. This woman here, the wife, is saying that at least 2 or 3 women have like 2 or 3 kids by him. Like, he's just really out here doing the fucking most. She said that he pretty much got the wife because he wanted her to be like a baby making machine for him while he be out messing around with other women and impregnating them, which means that you ain't wearing no protection, sir. So it ain't no telling what you bringing back to your wife, right? Moving right along, honey. A Nigerian man, and nothing against Nigerians that are watching me right now. Not saying that all Nigerian men are like that, but child, that's a hot ass mess. Let's get into some more hot ass mess. I'll keep the trigger up for this one because this one here, child. Ooh, Lord. Have mercy. All right, shout out to Neighborhood Talk. So a Georgia man is arrested after he allegedly falsely imprisoned DFCS workers because he was upset about his child support payments. How crazy do you have to be? How crazy do you have to be to hold somebody hostage because you got to pay child support? Like, all right, so a Georgia man is behind bars after he allegedly falsely imprisoned workers at the Department of Family and Children Services because he was mad about child support payments. Now, according to WMAZ, Corvantes Hall, who worked at Central State Prison in Macon, Georgia, went into the DFCS facility irate over his child support payment total. So you already worked at the jail and your ass had to go right on back down there to the jail. That sounds like Martell out here stealing ATMs while he worked at the jail and went to jail on his fucking day off. Ain't that the dumbest shit ever? But anywho, so he allegedly locked the door behind him and started cursing at 4 employees, not allowing them to leave. That's hostage. Said that he then tried to go into a restricted area of the building, causing chaos in the facility, all over child support. Now, eventually, Hall was detained by security and forced to leave. Now, when police arrived, they interviewed the workers who were reportedly shaken by the encounter. Now, one of them even had to sit down because they were hyperventilating. It said that police tried to arrest Hall at his home, but he wasn't there. said that Hall did, though, go to the police station on his own to confess to his crimes. Wow. Now, he reportedly admitted to the police that he did lock the door of the building to keep the employees inside, but he claims that he unlocked it eventually. You still did it. You still holding people hostage. That is still a crime, even though you locked it and unlocked it. Now, said that he even admitted to cursing at the workers and trying to enter a restricted area. Hall, although reportedly got rowdy with the officers when he started questioning his charges and refusing to provide the name of his Georgia Department of Corrections supervisor. Ooh, you done lost your damn job. It said that Hall was charged with 4 counts of terroristic threats and 4 counts of false imprisonment. He was also fired from his job as a corrections officer. I'm sorry. It's unclear how much the child support payments were, but it definitely wasn't worth going to jail for. I know that shit, right? That goes for anybody out here. I get it a lot of times. People get upset because they check don't be right. I've seen lots of videos where people go back to the job and snapping off. Guys, it's not worth it. Your ass is going to jail. All right. I'm pretty sure there were cameras there that captured all of his crazy antics. You cannot go and hold somebody somewhere hostage because they're not giving you what you want or because you're upset. You can go to jail for a very long time for that shit. All right. You really can. But anywho, go ahead and sound off. Let's move along. Clarissa Shields is out here caught lying and whatnot. Let's get into her. Now, she posted some receipts where she was on this little shopping spree at the Louis Vuitton store. Okay, everybody like a little Louis Vuitton, right? Apparently she does because she bought a lot of it. But then she tried to turn around and say that Papoose bought her all this Louis Vuitton for Christmas, not realizing that she had already gone live and showed a whole receipt of the items that she purchased at the Louis Vuitton store. But then she was opening gifts with the same purchases that she says, or the same purchases that she purchased from the Louis Vuitton store, saying that Papoose gave to her as a gift. So it was kind of contradicting. I've seen a few videos where she was caught lying. One in particular, there's a video out there where she was saying that she's wearing her natural hair now when it was a whole wig. She had like a bandana around her head. She said the reason she's covering up her edges is because she was working out and she sweated out her edges and she didn't want people to be trying to drag her about her edges. But people like, girl, that's a whole wig. She was like, no, this is my natural hair. Clearly you can look at it and tell she was a wig. So then people went and dug up pictures of her when she did not have a wig on and she was looking crazy. So I was like, girl, you didn't have to lie about it. If it's a wig, it's a fucking wig. I think she forgets people kind of saw you before you kind of switched things up a little bit. But let's go ahead and look at this because I got some more tea to share on this too. So shout out to the Daily Cigarette. So Clarissa Shields finally opens her Christmas gifts from Papoose, and these are from herself. But let's get into it.
You didn't have to give me nothing from Louis for real. I don't know why you did that, but you didn't. You didn't have to. You didn't have to give me nothing from Louis, but I appreciate you. I wonder what this is. This box biggest ever too. Lord, I don't say nothing.
Why she opening it like she don't know what it is? Girl, you just bought it.
This a purse? Lord have mercy. Don't tell me you got a big gigantic purse. Like a mind you, I don't have no Louis. This is nice.
Why he be going along with her bullshit?
Whoa. Okay. Wow. The gym bag?
Well, it's a duffel. So when you travel,
fuck that. I'm taking this motherfucker to the gym. I'm putting gym clothes in here. I'm about to go to the gym, little bag. She rich for real. Yeah, I come to the gym, little bag.
So somebody can steal it. Girl, why are you putting gym clothes in there to go to the gym for somebody to snatch your damn Louis bag and run off with that bitch?
Christmas. Anywho, thank you, baby. That's so cute. Thank you. Okay, and then it's one more.
mm-hmm.
This is a nice bag, yo. You do not have to do that. I love it.
Traditional Louis, right?
Thank you. You didn't have to do that, baby. Now this big thing right here, I don't know what you did with this, but this box is big and it's heavy. Let's see what this is.
Anywho, so there's a whole video out there of Clarissa Shields at the Louis Vuitton store where she's buying like lots and lots and lots and lots of bags of Louis Vuitton items because you know she just got this huge deal, $8 million. So she just out here splurging, and nothing wrong with that. It's her money to do whatever she wants to do, but it just looked kind of hella weird after the fact, especially after it was said that Papoose spent Christmas with Remy Ma. It appears that I guess the day after they exchanged gifts because he wasn't there with her. But it says that now that her boyfriend Papoose is back home from spending time with Remy Ma and their daughter for Christmas, Clarissa Shields is finally opening her Christmas gifts from her boyfriend Papoose. Child said it appears that he gifted her some Louis Vuitton luggage. But as I told you guys, there's a whole receipt on the other live, which I should have pulled. But nevertheless, on the actual receipt, it actually shows like Louis bag and so all the gifts that she's opening up, it appears that these gifts she actually purchased for herself, and people were like, girl, it's kind of, they were calling cap, and they were saying, girl, you lying, if you sit up here lying, saying to Papoose, and he going right along with it, saying that he purchased these things for her for Christmas. But on the receipt, some of the gifts that she was pulling out, these Louis bags, appeared to be the same gifts that were on the receipt that she purchased at the store. So I don't know if you guys can look through the things that it said that she bought her own gifts, because a lot of people have already seen the other video that she did. I don't think she be remembering the lies that she tell. Oh my God. But what do y'all think about it? In conjunction to that, let's go ahead and pull up this other post because I saw this as well. So you guys see here where Clarissa, they're saying, is also stalking Remy Ma. Okay, so as you guys can see, shout out to the plan because that's where I saw it. So I am Juju says face T, body T, says that the energy is T, says that my bestie just T. All right, so her bestie, which we all know is Remy Ma. They've been friends for years. They all go way back, all the way back to Love and Hip Hop New York. But here's Clarissa jumping in. Okay, let me move the banner so you guys can see it. Clarissa says T, I'm the T, biatch, says period. That's the post. Okay, so Juju was not even talking to Clarissa. So why are you going under Remy Ma's friend's post trying to, I guess, challenge her in an argument or whatever? That's the problem I have with Clarissa, because she loves to be online, starting shit, going back and forth with people. I keep saying, girl, you're a star. You don't have to reduce yourself to doing that. But this jacket, let's go back here and look at this jacket. This jacket that Remy Ma has on, she's saying in another post that Papoose purchased this same jacket, this fur coat for her for Christmas with her best friend's with his best friend's money, which we all know he calls Clarissa Shields his best friend. So she's alluding to the fact that while they exchanged gifts on Christmas, that Papoose purchased her a fur jacket with Clarissa's money, because you know she's got that $8 million. So she's flexing with this coat on and showing this damn jacket off and kind of clowning Clarissa and letting everybody know, girl, you look stupid as hell. Like, first of all, he's over here with me for Christmas and he's supposed to be your man now. And he gave me this expensive ass fur coat on your dime while you in the comments arguing with Juju talking about you're the T and it's so fucking embarrassing. But what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Papoose allegedly purchasing a nice fur expensive jacket or coat rather for Remy Ma for Christmas, allegedly with Clarissa Shields' money? That's what the rumor is, girl. But let's continue. I keep saying there's a reason why he ain't signing them damn divorce papers, because he ain't quite ready to go yet. I feel like he double dipping a little bit. That's just my opinion. I feel like Papoose is still double dipping. And I don't think Remy gonna come out and say it, but they could be working things out behind the scenes. I don't know. You just never know. All right, so let's get into this update. Child. So singer David, you guys, I barely wanted to talk about this situation because it's just so much going on with this. But I got to give the update because I talked about it a little bit back. So let me put my banner back up because this definitely has to be trigger warning. This young girl lost her life. She was secretly dating, I hear, this David dude who is said to have unalived her. She was found in the trunk of his Tesla car, and the only reason they found her is because she was in there for quite some time, and there was this weird smell that was coming from the trunk of his car. He, I hear, was out of the country during the time that her body was discovered in the back of his black Tesla. So let's continue. It says that David is expected to face indictment in Celeste Rivers unaliving as grand jury prepares to vote. So it looks like he's getting ready to be tied to and or charged with her unaliving. He was saying all this time he hasn't done that. He didn't do anything to her, but her family had reported her missing, I read. But she was said to have been with him. They have matching tattoos. At one point, he was trying to say he didn't know her. I was just like, okay, no. But then there were pictures and posts and stuff like that floating around on social media with him and her. Okay, she was said to be underage. He is an adult guy. He should not have been with her in the first place, which further lets me know some inappropriate stuff could have been going on. She was a runaway at some point in time, and she was definitely at his home because authorities did find evidence that she was seen in his home. But let's get into it, because it look like he about to go to jail. I've never listened to any of his music, but I hear he has a lot of #1 songs. I don't know not one song from him. And I'm very well versed in music. I don't listen to him, and thank God. He also has a shirt line out I saw, which has like blood stains on it. And I thought that was hella weird for a person who says I didn't unalive her to have something out like that. It just gave weird vibes for me. But so the case tied to the unaliving of Celeste Rivers is moving into a more serious phase. The sources say that the legal pressure around the singer David is increasing. Now, sources tell TMZ, shout out to them and Baller Alert, that the grand jury is currently hearing testimony and is expected to decide whether to issue indictments, not simply gather information. Now, that clarification comes after earlier reports suggested the panel and an investigative grand jury, a type typically used to subpoena witnesses and compel testimony without voting on charges. Now, according to those familiar with the proceedings, this grand jury is positioned to take the next steps, and prosecutors are preparing to ask for an indictment connected to Rivers' unaliving. Now, I ain't about to read all this now. Now, multiple sources say that the authorities believe that David was involved in the case and that the unaliving charges are being considered. Prosecutors Beth Silverman is reportedly leading the efforts before the grand jury as witnesses continue to be called. Now, earlier this month, David's day-to-day manager, Robert, Mongaroth, testified for several days. Now, a TMZ reporter overheard Mongaroth speaking with his attorney in a courthouse hallway, where he described Silverman as very pushy during a questioning about why police were not contacted. Now, his attorney allegedly said that he reported or responded that it is not his responsibility and that his role was to make sure that David's tour kept going. So they're like, fuck all that, because we need this money. You know, that's where they make their money, on tour. So he had left and went to tour and all of that, knowing that these charges were pending against him, and this girl's body was found in the back of his car. But my question is, how the fuck did her body get there in your car? Because y'all know Teslas, it's hard as hell to get into a Tesla, right? It's hard to get into a Tesla. So how did her body get found unalive in the back of your car? Obviously, she had been in the back of that car for quite some time because her body had started to smell and decompose, right? Yeah. But legal observers point out that grand juries often follow a prosecutor's lead, and in part because the subject of the investigation has no right to present a defense during the process. There has also been discussion that the grand jury could continue hearing witnesses into February, okay, suggesting that the timeline toward any indictment may deliberate rather than immediate. Okay, so they're basically looking at charging him with her unaliving, which is great, because this case has been going on for quite some time, but it is going into 2026. He is still on tour. I don't know why they're allowing him to tour and be outside the U.S. like that, because he could go to another country where he can't be extradited and get away with this shit. I would put some type of device on his ankle and make him stay in the U.S. You tour, but your ass gonna tour within the U.S. That's what I would do. He would not be allowed to go outside the country, being that he has a whole unaliving on his hands. So let's continue. That's the update on that. I don't care no more. Moving right along. Let's get into some reality TV talk. Well, I did want to talk about Keefe D, because you guys know the Keefe D case. They're going to be pushing that into next year. Yeah, I got to talk about you too. I be forgetting all the shit I be done pulled for the show, but we're almost there. So let's go ahead and get into Fantasia. I kind of hinted on Fantasia yesterday, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it in full today. You guys know Tyler Perry is facing another sexual assault case. We can take my trigger down because we don't need it. All right. Let me put my banner back. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's get into this Fantasia news. Fantasia shares a story about Tyler Perry coming through as an angel on earth following his second sexual assault lawsuit. Now, I always say Tyler Perry has done a lot of great things for the community, for the Black community, for everyone. He is, nothing for him to go into his pockets, which are very, very deep, and help people. I told you guys the other day, he purchased a home for an elderly lady when she lost her home. He's also paid for several funerals for a lot of celebrities in the industry who really didn't have the money to do so, like Angie Stone most recently, and several other people. So he's always helping people. That part of Tyler Perry I do like, and I said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Do I think Tyler Perry may have a problem? I do, because if everybody's saying the same thing about you, there has to be something to it. I mean, where there's smoke, there is some fucking fire. I'm just saying. And it sounds like it's a whole forest fire as related to Tyler Perry. He does have a type, because all the guys that have come forward to say that he, touched them inappropriately or had something, or that he did something to them inappropriately, they all favor. They all have the same look about them. He like light skin, if not, mixed type of pretty boys. That's what he likes. And it's okay. Everybody got a type. But let's get into Fantasia. Okay, Fantasia is choosing gratitude after controversy. Okay, so I don't know if this is her just kind of speaking up, and I love me some Fantasia. You can't tell me nothing bad about Fantasia, but she's showing her gratitude towards him, which is great, because she went through a point in time where her finances weren't where they need to be, where she was losing everything. So shout out to Tyler Perry for stepping up and helping her out. So she says, following the news that Tyler Perry is facing a second sexual assault lawsuit, the Grammy-winning singer shared a heartfelt message about the personal experience with the media mogul. Says that taking to Instagram, Fantasia reflected on Perry's generosity and consistent support over the years, calling him an angel on earth. Says that he gave me some 8K diamond earrings after mine were lost years ago. That's very generous. Said that he has also or always taken care of me, she wrote, emphasizing that her post was rooted in lived experience, not headlines or lived experience, lived experience, lived whatever shit. It goes on to say that Fantasia's message offered a reminder that public allegations and private relationships can exist in complex, sometimes conflicting spaces. Meanwhile, says that Tyler has not yet spoken publicly about this latest lawsuit. He has denied allegations via his legal team, which he always does in every situation he denies. Okay, but of course they may have to go to court, or if it appears that things are going to get sticky, because y'all know anytime something goes to court, that means testimony. That means you can go into gruesome detail to tell things that was done to you or that you experienced, which could be very embarrassing for Tyler. So most times these celebrities will go ahead and just settle out of court to prevent a lot of this stuff going on. Hence the reason Diddy did it with Cassie. He didn't want their case. When she told him, hey, I'm suing you for X amount of dollars for da-da-da-da-da, he was like, first he was saying, I ain't paying you shit. He thought about that, like, okay, damn, if I go to court, it could be some evidence out there that I don't know about that they have. All this shit could come out and ruin me. So he went ahead and within 24 hours, I think they said, he cut that damn check so fast for millions of dollars. I hear it was $30 million that he paid Cassie. So that's what a lot of these celebrities do. They will go ahead and settle out to prevent a lot of embarrassing things to be said about them. Of course, he's going to deny it because that's his image. If he gets seen as this person who was out here just sexually assaulting people, he could get canceled. And for Tyler Perry to be canceled, like, this man is a billionaire. I think he would lose his shit about that, because remember, Tyler Perry did come from being homeless and having nothing. So I think that, public opinion definitely matters to him. He definitely runs with people like Oprah and Gayle King and the higher ups in the industry. They have respect for him. A lot of people respect him. Tyler Perry Studios, all of that, he employed a lot of people. So think about a lot of people not fooling with him or writing him off, kind of like they're doing Diddy, who was friends with everybody. He could throw a white party and everybody in the industry would be there. So imagine Tyler Perry being canceled. That would probably send him into suicide mode, because a lot of people can't take being, ousted or or not, liked by people when that's something that they actually live for. So shout out to Fantasia for speaking up and giving her take on Tyler Perry. But we have to be 100 and one, keep it 1,000 in the fact that he does have a problem. Okay, he is being sued, as you guys can see, for $77 million for some groping and other things. Now they say he was dressed up like Medea, like I said, out here grabbing schlongs and booties and stuff and shit like that. But hopefully he can go and get the help that he needs, because child, that's a lot. That's a lot. Let's get into some Amon Schubert information here. Let's get into some Amon Schubert news. All right, I found an interview on him where he is speaking on some things as related to he and when he and Teyana Taylor were together. I always wish that they would have worked shit out. But I listen, I understand why people decide to cut ties with people. Now that I see the nigga like to put hands on women, he was hella jealous of her and her career because his wasn't going anywhere. It seems like he's in a very dark space. He just had an altercation where the police had to come to his home for putting hands on a woman because he asked her to leave and she said no, and it turned physical. But let's get into this interview that he did most recently. Let's get into it. Hold on. It'll help if I share, right? Let's share before I forget. Let's share, honey. All right, let's make it big. All right, and let's go.
Or no, because it's finna get terrible. Like, it's guaranteed. Once you live life for long enough, it's like, G, at some point they're gonna make a left and go awful, G. But like even with basketball, like now I've never seen nothing in basketball be good unless I went through this. It's life. It's like no commitment that we have in life is good the whole time. No, you're gonna get a dump. They're gonna dump on you. Can you now stand in front of everybody with doo-doo on you and be like, yep, we finna try again. I'm finna do it again. That's the only way. Like, you gotta just give yourself grace and knowing like, I got room, I gotta grow. She got room, she gotta grow. It's time that we might not be on the same, but it's like, as long as we got the same mission, then we locked in. You know what I'm saying? What's that? If you locked in, ain't no switching up. Oh, bro, it gotta feel like that though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like your other side will slide on you, you'll be sick. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what's wrong with you? You sick. You sick because she walked out on you. Of course, Teyana was the breadwinner in their marriage, and I feel like he felt a little, he felt aware about that. Most men, I told you guys, most men do not like when their woman makes more money than them. They feel like, oh, I feel like I'm the wife in the situation versus the husband or the head of the household. That doesn't reduce you or anything. I mean, shit, enjoy. There's more money coming in to where you guys can live a more comfortable lifestyle. The only difference is she's bringing it in. If you are a married couple, then you are one. And then two, if you're seeing it as, oh, that's her money, that's mine, you still haven't grasped the concept of being one. And a lot of people need to understand that it's still you guys' money. I always tell you, have your money on the side. Get you an account that's your money on the side that no one can touch. But collectively, the money that's coming into the house, whether it's from your basketball career, your music career, which ain't bringing in shit probably, her acting career, because she's in everything, music, movies, writing, producing, you name it. She's everywhere, getting a bag from everywhere. So she's a hot commodity when it comes to getting that bag. And I love that about Teyana Taylor. She's very, very talented. I love her. Her music is really good. He tried to dibble and dabble in music. It didn't really take off like he thought it was. So he would sit back and be jealous of her, getting all of her accolades and red carpet promotions and stuff like that. And he would be jealous. You can see it all over his face. He had a stank face, kind of like Mama Joyce did in Candy's wedding, just sitting there like, yeah, okay, I'm here, but shit, it's kind of fucked up. When they would ask him to step back out of pictures, they just wanted her. He would feel away about it. I'm just like, sir, support your wife, congratulate her, because collectively, if she's winning, you winning too. That's your wife. That's your wife. She's winning now. It's a seasonal thing. Your season is coming, but your attitude in terms of how you act while she's enjoying her season, maybe you pushing your season back some from you being this person who is winning like she is, because you're not able to congratulate her in that moment. And that's just how it works. Shit, don't be jealous of your spouse. Maybe that's what pushed her out the door. But hey, he's like, hey, you gonna slide at this? Yeah, sometimes people get sick of your bullshit and be like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm about to go. Let's just co-parent and keep this shit moving. But then again, They were kind of like Candy and Todd in terms of bringing other people into their bedroom and allowing threesomes and things like that to take place, which I felt probably chipped away at their marriage as well, because then he starts stepping out. And now another thing that I was thinking about in this situation is sometimes men, kind of like Martell Hope, we use that situation between he and Melody. I feel that Amon Shumpert stepped out because there was no reason for you to, if you guys agreed that there were going to be a threesome situation where you guys could enjoy other people in your bedroom to where you didn't have to go out and cheat. I feel like he stepped out in the marriage to punish her. Martell did it to Melody. He used Ariane to punish Melody. And the same happened with Amon Shumpert. And then you want to sit in an interview and say, hey, if we go through this and if we go through that, are you just going to up and slide, meaning leave the relationship? A person has a right to leave when they can't take that shit no more. Yes, the vows do say for better or worse, through sickness and health, to death do us part. But sometimes, sometimes when you're feeling dead inside or you're dying inside, you got to get out of there so your ass don't lose it. Okay? You got to get up out of there so you don't up and lose it on somebody, because a person like Amon Shumpert, he seems very argumentative. Yes, he's very, soft-spoken, but those be the ones that have those ways about them that make you want to slap the shit out of them. And no, I do not promote violence in any way, shape, or form, but a person can only take as much as they can take. So y'all go ahead and sound off on that. We're going to move along, honey. Let's get into this Keefe D case, because they're pushing it back. Hold on. Looks like they're moving it back. I told you guys too, rapper Foxy Brown is to be gearing up to testify in the case too. There's some things that she knows about this Keefe D case. They're also saying that Diddy paid $1 million or maybe $2 million to off Tupac Shakur in this case. Keefe D has been saying that more times than one about Diddy. So Diddy's name may be brought up in this damn case. I really hope they do get him at this point. All right. But lawyers for Keefe D seeks to suppress evidence in Tupac Shakur's fatal unaliving case. All right. Do I still have my trigger up? Child, I got to take it down, put it up. All right. So let's get back into it. We're just going to hit it and quit it on this because this is a little update. So attorneys for a man accused of unaliving rap icon, Tupac Shakur in the 1996 are pushing to suppress evidence. Says that the lawyers for Dwayne D. Davis claim that the law enforcement or that law enforcement obtained their evidence through an unlawful nighttime search. Nighttime search. Okay, so yeah, y'all remember they had like a warrant. They kicked this door in, came in, and just started collecting evidence. It goes on to say that Keefe D fights back against the search that led to his arrest. Now, Las Vegas criminal defense attorneys Robert Drakovich and William Brown filed a motion this week on behalf of their client Keefe D. He was charged in the drive-by unaliving of Tupac Shakur off the Las Vegas Strip. I think everyone has seen that picture by now where Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight were in the BMW, where they're both looking into the camera, which I thought was so eerie, right before Tupac was unalived. Now, Keefe D's attorneys argue that a judge relied on a misleading portrait of Davis as a dangerous drug dealer to grant the execution of a search warrant at night. It says that night searches should only be done in exceptionally circumstances. Now, an example, it says if there's a risk that evidence will disappear if officers wait till in the morning. Said that when the search warrant was executed, Keefe D was long retired from street life. According to his lawyers. Now, in reality, Dwayne Davis had left the narcotics trade in 2008 and began doing inspection work for an oil refinery company. Per his attorneys, said that he was a 60-year-old retired cancer survivor with adult children and grandchildren. Additionally, he has been living with his wife in Henderson, a city outside of Las Vegas. Now, it said that the courts wasn't told any of this. His attorneys wrote in the motion. As a result, the courts authorized a nighttime search based on the portrait of Keefe D and saying that he bore a very much so resemblance to reality, a clearly erroneous factual determination in words. So the police, pretty much he's saying that all of this stuff happened so far back that he really didn't have anything to do with Tupac's unaliving or arranging it. But you have already said that you were asked or was offered a certain amount of money, $1 million or $2 million by by Diddy to unalive Tupac, because you guys know that there was some type of underlying beef going on with Diddy and Tupac Shakur. Keefe D was a part of a gang back then, okay? One of his nephews, I read, was also involved in another powering situation dealing with the gang where he was unalived, who was also said to be a part of the powering that took place that took out Tupac Shakur. So it's all kind of tying together. He said, hey, this shit been going on for 27 years. I don't feel like I should be, because everybody else that was said to be involved in this particular case are no longer here because of gang violence, right? So he said, hey, I don't feel like I should be, after 27 years, I don't feel like I should be, I guess, convicted of said crime, which they don't give a fuck about that. You know how many people, it's been 50 years, 30 years, they spend a block on you if they find out that you were guilty of unaliving somebody. They'll still come and get you. I mean, you ain't watched First 48 yet, but that's it and that's all. So that's what's going on with the Keefe D case. They're pushing it back to, I did read, I think, March, if not April of 2026. So they're going to spend the block on him next year on his case. So I'm hoping it's going to be before Diddy get out too, because they saying Diddy should be out, I think May or so of next year. So I hope they get all this evidence and they can pin the shit on him before then. Let's get into some Real Housewives of Potomac news. Let's get into that. Ooh, we're looking at good time. We're looking at good time, good time, good time. Okay, let's get into it. Whew. All right, so Sharice, you guys know who Sharice is from Real Housewives of Potomac. She used to be a full-time castmate, but she is a friend of on the show. So she says that she believes that Ashley Darby, you guys, which is seen here in the red, kissing her son was an incestual thing, and says that it would have never aired if it were Giselle's daughters, because she feels that Giselle is always protected. Giselle get away with a lot, which I do feel she does. She says that your friends' kids become your kids. She said the standards are different for other people. Let's get into what she had to say. She sat with Carlos King and with his messy ass. All right. So Sharice is calling out Ashley for hooking up with her son. Let's get into it.
Ashley has been lying for 10 years. So when she's saying this to me, I'm honestly waiting for the prank, or I did not believe her. And in my head, I'm thinking, I know she is not that desperate for a storyline, that she's bringing my son into this. For the record, my friends, none of them would ever do such a thing. The way that I grew up, when your friends' kids become your kids, you know what I'm saying? No matter what the age is, they become your kids. And so to be interested in your friend's kid that you now consider like a brother or nephew, it's ancestral to me. Part of me wants so bad to believe that this is just another stunt of hers and that it's not true. But, I was talking to Robin the other day and she said, well, don't be naive, Sharice. Don't be naive, because
does Robin think it's true?
Well, yeah, of course she does. Probably talk to Giselle. That's where Robin would know her information from.
If the roles were reversed, that if a man was friends with a guy and his daughter was 15 when he met her and then started kissing her at 25 and he's 35, a lot of people would not have this the same reaction they're having with Ashley and Jackson. Would you say that there is this double standard when it comes to that?
Absolutely. If a 10-year-old guy came on to one of Giselle's daughters, it wouldn't have happened. Even the standards are different for different people too. Like on the show.
Let me stop you, Sharice, because in the initial video that I saw, all right, her son is an adult. He's 25 years old. Ashley Darby is said to be 35, if not 36 years old. All right. They're both grown. Now, her son came on to Ashley Darby. I think that they were exchanging some keys or something. I talked about it here on my show. They were exchanging some keys, and in a flirtatious type of moment, it looks like he kind of rubbed her hand and then kind of stepped into Ashley or up to Ashley and proceeded to lean in to kiss her. From there, Ashley says that things went further. So she's telling Sharice this, and Sharice is looking like, bitch, I know better. And she felt away because she says, okay, all of us hang together. We've all been around each other's kids. Sharice felt that it was kind of disrespectful. She's like, look, all of our kids are like all of our kids. It's like Giselle's kids. If I see those girls, like I've seen them grow up. So I would feel away if, like I would walk up to, or, if I were male, I couldn't walk up to Giselle's sons and shoot my shot at them. Because it's kind of like we're family. It's kind of like how she's looking at it. But again, like I said, her son did initiate said flirtatious behavior with Ashley Darby, who we all know is a whole thought monster out here, right? So she's feeling like that Ashley kind of broke some type of code by having an inappropriate relationship with her son, as she sees it, when he initiated said movement towards her, or flirtatious situation towards her. Let's continue.
If someone would have made out with Giselle's, one of her daughters, we probably wouldn't have heard about it because they wouldn't have wanted that trashiness on the show.
Reality with the King is
Okay.
streaming.
What do y'all think about that? I mean, that's true. If one of if Sharice's son, who is much older, would have stepped to Giselle's daughters and try to holler at them, being that they are, just going into college, they're seen as like young girls still, even though they are still like young adults. It probably would have been a different look. But hey, Giselle's daughters are not as innocent, and not to talk bad about them, but it was said on the show that Giselle's daughters, when they went on some type of trip somewhere, was sneaking out and kissing boys and doing all types of stuff. And Giselle was livid. She was pissed when they said that on TV, because she's kind of shielded her daughters and to be these cutesy little girls, which they are cute. And you've really never heard anything negative about her kids in terms of how she's shown them or just anything about her kids. But to hear that her daughters were sneaking out on some type of trip, cast trip or something that her daughters came on, and one of the other cast women saw, or women of the cast saw her daughters sneaking out and like kissing and booed up with some boys, and they mentioned it on the show. Giselle was upset about it and was like, how dare you bring it up about my daughters? Like, why would you do that? But my thing is, you can talk about other people's kids and other people's situations. Like, you talk about other people's marriages, but when it comes to Giselle's daughters, like, everything is off limits. When it comes to Giselle, period, Giselle get away with a lot of shit on the show. Like, she don't get to share her life. She don't have to share who she's dating. She don't have to share anything about herself. And she every season can get away with doing what she does. So I kind of agree with that. But Sharice has to understand, baby, your son is 25. He's in the age where he's mannish. Ashley Darby is not an ugly girl. So if she did kind of, allude to the fact that she was maybe attracted to him, he's a nice looking guy. And they were flirting. I mean, that's just what happens with young guys. Maybe he's attracted to older women, but he is 25. He's real grown. Yes, it is kind of yucky because I'm pretty sure Ashley probably knew him when he was much younger. And it is kind of gross, and you kind of do see them as like, oh, that's nephew. So it kind of is off limits, but it's kind of not. If you look at it, it's kind of like a catch-22 here. What do y'all think? Do you guys feel that Ashley crossed the line by kissing and maybe making out, or probably some other things with Sharice's son, who I said is 25, mind you? She feels like, hey, it's an auntie type situation. You should have, shouldn't put hands on him, because you should have seen him as like a nephew versus somebody you want to make out with. Put in the chat what y'all think about that. All right. It is time to go into our jam session. Okay. We need a jam session because it appears that the likes are not being hit. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right. Let's get into that. Can you see the like button? That like, thank you guys. back to the show, guys. Let's get back to the show. All right. Thank you guys for joining. We are back. We are back. Hopefully, you guys continue to tap on that like button as we get through the show. There's more. All right. Let's move along. All right, we got that out of the way. Let's get into some Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Looks like she's throwing out some type of subliminal. Maybe she is fighting again with her now ex-husband because they are divorced. All right. Marquez, honey. Maybe she is going off on Marquez. So she threw out a little subliminal post. Okay. She says she fit for real is what she goes by on Instagram. Okay. Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville says, I feel like skinny dipping in this 30-degree weather. 2025, I was silenced to protect people's image. I feel like she's talking about Marquez. 2026, I plan to speak up and speak my truth. All right. She says 2025 has really taught and shown me a lot. Hashtag nature girl, hashtag therapy, hashtag 2026, hashtag year of the horse, hashtag let's ride. Okay. So she's getting a lot of people in her comments saying, girl, yeah, I heard that. This is beautiful. Chocolate Barbie. Da, da, da. She does keep her body up because she is a fitness instructor. Instructor. Damn, can I talk today? Get out of here. Tisha and Wanda. All right. Thick tongue. But anywho, so people are saying, girl, yeah, your body is heat, which her body does look great. No homo. It should if she's a fitness instructor. I'll trip it. But so yeah, she want to be out here skinny dipping and carrying on, but not sure why she's feeling some type of way in terms of saying that she's getting ready to expose some things. Not sure what that is. Now I'm gonna have to be nosy later on and go on Marquez's channel, because usually when they're fighting, he's throwing subliminals, he's saying things while she's saying things as well. They're still fighting, but two people who don't want to be together. I feel like y'all still love each other. I'm just saying. Ken, I don't think that you guys are going to get married. I don't think that Trish is going to marry you, because I feel that she still has something, you know, some underlining stuff going on with Marquez. Because why do you care about trying to expose him and all this other stuff? If you're happy with Ken, move on with Ken. Why are you so fixated? I'm going to say it's about Marquez. Who else would you be exposing something about? Who else would you have this much, you know, heat for to be saying, oh, 2026? I mean, put the shit out now. I'm nosy. I don't know what it is. I want to know what it is so I can talk about it here on my channel. But what is it that you would feel the need to go and speak up and speak your truth and saying that you've been silenced through 2025? Because you guys know they had a little court situation where it looked like both of them were going to go to jail, at which Marquez went and dropped said case against her because she was facing jail time as well. So I don't know. Maybe that's what she wants to talk about, or maybe there's something going on that she and Marquez is got going on behind the scenes. I don't know. Nevertheless, I am going to keep my ears to the streets, and I will be nosy and combing through their social media to see exactly what that is. Okay. And when I do, you guys will find out too. Let's get into some news from Married to Medicine. Toya, honey, Toya is tired of the people saying that she doesn't contribute to anything and that she's working her husband, Dr. Eugene, like a Hebrew slave out here, girl. So Toya's like, listen, calm down, bitch. I am actually helping contribute financially to the household. Matter of fact, bitch, I paid $600,000 the down payment for our new $3.1 million home. I'm like, okay. Toya does make money. Again, she does have a wine business and some other businesses that she does run. And she also is on Married to Medicine, which they do get paid very well. Y'all know Bravo pay their people very well. She is a main cast member, which she's been on there since day one. So I would imagine she does get a nice little check. But she did say she paid the $600,000 down payment for their new home that they just moved into. So she sat down with Angela Yee. Shout out to No Chaser TV. Let's get into what she had to say. So it says Toya Bush Harris stopped by Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast. And in addition to sharing what she contributed financially, it says that to her household, she feels that there is nothing wrong with her husband, Dr. Eugene, wanting to spoil his wife, calling those that do haters. So anybody that feels a way about Dr. Eugene spoiling her, which he should, that's his wife. Anything that she asked for, she should be able to get it. They are married. They've been married for quite some time. I think he said 12 or so years, 18 years, whatever years. If it was just 1 year, shit, whatever she asked for, she should be able to get it. She's the wife. But Toya said, hey, bitch, I put the $600 down for our new home. So for people that's out here saying Toya don't give shit, and that's the reason why Dr. Eugene is out here working like that, Toya does bring income into the home. let's get into this interview. Again, shout out to No Chaser TV.
Okay, so does it bother you when people say that? Because I've seen that, like, oh, he's got to work so hard because she wants this house and she wants the cherry
I think the
blossom.
people just mad,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know why, because we as Black women deserve all of that. We deserve a man that's like, I want to take care of you. We deserve to have a man that is intelligent and that is setting the way for our children. You know what I'm saying? He is a great example to follow. And so why are you hating on this man for wanting to spoil his wife?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. I make a lot of money and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? I just told him the other day, I said, hey, you should be very happy. You don't have to pay for any of this. You know what I'm saying? But when I need you to, you can. And I appreciate that.
How do you guys split the finances? Because I think that's always
you know
interesting.
me.
No, you know why? Because
I wanted to know too.
I talk about finances.
I think a lot of people want to know because again, the whole narrative was out there like Toya just stays home, honey, just walks around and put makeup on all day and sip wine and she don't do shit. But a lot of people don't realize she does bring in a nice bag. So shout out to Toya.
A lot when it comes to like I have a Wealth Wednesday segment on my other show. And so finances, I think, are a big thing when we think about like getting married and like this person makes this, I make this, but how, you know, and there's always that conversation.
So let's be clear, that's the first time anyone has ever asked me that question. And so I can appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the floor to tell y'all all about it. Okay. So how we started. I was, when we first married, a pharmaceutical rep, and I only paid for the electrical bill, the cable bill, you know, the small bills. That
You
was
was
under
like, turn that heat on.
right, about $80. If the bill was under 100, that was my bill. Okay.
Who ordered Netflix?
Right, exactly. Now it's not like that. Okay, so I pay for my son's tuition, which is about $30,000 per kid.
That's
I pay
no
for
joke.
anything they have to do as far as their clothing. I pay for all of our homes, any down payments for our homes, any furniture. Yes,
That's a lot.
yes, but he pays the mortgage.
Okay,
And
but that
so-
down payment's a big
Oh,
chunk.
baby,
That's
that
a
down
big
payment.
chunk.
I think I misspoke and said 400,000 on ETV, but it was really 600,000. Eugene, he corrected me later. He was like, no, what you put down was 600,000.
How did y'all come to that conversation and agreement?
When I said we're moving, he said, okay.
You're paying for it.
Thank you.
But even
Thank you.
initially, how did y'all, like, even when y'all were just starting?
When we had built that house, we both loved our first home that we built, but we didn't know that it wasn't a custom build. So we ended up building the second home in Alpharetta, Georgia. Shout out to Alpharetta. And we're over there and it was great, but you know, I just didn't feel like that was the end all be all. The housing market was booming. And when I tell you, my neighbors were making millions of dollars off old homes. And I was like, well, just think about how much we could make.
Right.
Ours is only 2
brand
years
new
old.
home.
Right.
What do y'all think about that? Shout out to Toya. Shout out to Toya for being smart about her money and stepping in and helping Dr. Eugene. Again, shout out to No Chaser TV. What do y'all think about that? That's how it's supposed to be. The wife is to help me, and I think that they fully understand that in the relationship. She was like, yeah, I was paying like the smaller bills, the lights, the gas, you know, little stuff like that. She's helping with the tuition with the kids, which, you know, she should. And Dr. Eugene pays for the mortgage. That's how it's supposed to be. The man should pay the mortgage and the wife come in as the help me and pay the other smaller bills to keep it moving along. That's how it should be. But then again, he does make the most money, but she also does bring in a very substantial bag too. So shout out to Toya for that. And I wanted to play that because a lot of people, I like Toya. I like Toya. Let me just say that. But a lot of people were kind of giving her a lot of heat about her not helping out or not paying for this and making Dr. Eugene work all these damn hours. You know, it was a whole, oh God, woe is me type thing. You know, Eugene is working entirely too hard. Toya is working Eugene to death and she ain't helping out. She should go get a job. No, Toya has a job. Her job is being on Married to Medicine. She's also a homemaker, but she also has her own businesses that are doing very well. For her to pay $30,000 per kid for tuition, you got to have some money to do that. For you to put down $600,000 on a new $3.1 million home, you got to have that shit. You don't just find $600,000. So shout out to Toya for that. All right, let's move on. Let's get into some Sky news. Sky from Black Ink Crew. I do love that show. I hear they're getting ready to come back with a new season. Caesar will be on that season. So it looks like that network has forgiven him for the whole abusive dog situation where he was seen hitting his dogs with like a folding chair and being abusive towards his dogs. So it's given that they're allowing him to come back to the network. So shout out to Sky, but Sky is popping off. She said that Black Ink Crew star steps out her soft girl era to call out Tommy. And y'all know she and Tommy been having little issues or whatnot. Let me go ahead and play this because I know a little bit back they were supposed to have like a physical altercation, but let me go ahead and play what was said. Shout out to It's Only Entertainment. Let's go.
Oh, I'm in my soft girl era right now, for sure. And I think in the midst of me being in my soft girl era, and I mean, I'm always working on myself, but I am gonna. I hate talking about what I'm gonna do, but she already know what's coming. So I'm gonna Tommy up. I got one more other girl I gotta put hands on.
Oh wow!
And then after that, God is good, you know. It's still God is good while it's happening, but I mean,
I don't think you can say God is good, but then you say I still got to put hands on so and so and so. Like them two sentences don't kind of go together, right? If you're gonna put hands on them, just do it, child. And I'm not promoting violence once again, but I hope that's on video as well. These two right here, let me tell you, these two on my screen are crazy. Tommy has so many mugshots, and so does Sky. Sky done been in jail a bunch of times, and so has Tommy. But the two of them, for some odd reason, they've been bumping heads. They have bumped heads. Tommy did a whole video where she talked crazy about and called out Sky. We already know Sky got hands. Okay, we already know Sky has hands. If you guys watch the show, she stayed fighting. Okay, she stayed fighting. She beat up Rashida on the show, not Rashida from Love and Hip Hop, but Rashida, the girl that had the red hair, child that was looking like the damn hamburger on the show. She beat the hell out of her and took her damn wig. Okay, I was like, yo, so Sky definitely got hands. She is crazy as hell, but I don't know. I hate to see our black women result to this, but I mean, if y'all gonna fight, I'll show the video as much as I can on my channel and use it for content if that's what I need to do. But on the flip side, I would really like for you guys to like talk this shit out and get over it, because at some point in time, y'all got to realize y'all two adults, you have kids. Like, who want to be locked up for fighting over something that's very stupid? Sky, your career is doing pretty well. She's doing modeling and stuff like that. She's getting ready to be back on the show, Black Ink Crew. So you got to be earning a bag. I wouldn't be messing up my bag over trying to fight Tommy, because once you go at it with Tommy, it's forever up and stuck. Every time Tommy see you, she gonna want to fight. Sky too. Let's continue.
Get what you set yourself up for. I'll see you soon, baby. Oh, I'm in my soft girl era right now, for sure. And I think in the midst of me being in my soft girl era, and I mean, I'm always working on myself, but I am gonna. I hate talking about what I'm gonna do, but she already know what's coming. So I'm gonna Tommy up. I got.
See, now you can't be saying threats on lives like that, Tommy. She just said she already know what's coming to her. You know, talking about Tommy, she said she gonna F her up. So that's like a little threat. That's like a little subtle threat there. So
one more other girl I gotta put hands on, and then after that, God is good, you know.
So she got a list of people that she got to beat up, and then she said, after that, honey, God is good. I'm gonna go back to being saved again after I whoop some ass around here. So
it's still God is good while it's happening, but I mean, get what you set yourself up for. I'll see you soon, baby.
Yeah, think about that, Tommy and Sky. Y'all go somewhere and sit down and get some damn therapy and figure out why y'all fight so damn much. All right, let's get into these two clips that I found with Todd out here, child. I said, oh, I know Todd ain't out here talking about this. So the question was, let me put my trigger up, child, because we getting ready to get into some deep talk. And y'all love this kind of talk, so I know y'all gonna eat this up. So let's get into it. All right, so shout out to Todd, because this is where I saw it. So the question was asked, can she bring another man into the bedroom? Now he's sitting here doing like this little podcast type situation. You guys know that he and Candy were having threesomes and all of that. Now we're going to get into this little interview, and then I'm going to show y'all another clip, and then I have something else to reveal to you guys. Y'all probably need to know about their situation within their marriage, according to what Todd had to say. So the question is, can she, meaning the wife, bring another man into the bedroom? You guys know when they have threesome, it's alleged that it's another woman. For Tues, which was supposed to be like the girlfriend for both of them, would come over and have said, you know, threesomes with them. Y'all know Fatum was traveling with them the whole night. And this has been going on for some years. But let's go ahead and get into what Todd had to say. Okay, let's go. crazy shit. Really? I mean, some people have certain things that they like. Some people have certain things that they like. What do y'all think? Y'all sound off. Y'all sound off because baby, that sounds crazy, right? Oh, y'all didn't see it? Hold up. I thought I was sharing. Damn. I'm over here going crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. Did I not share? My bad. Thank you, mods. They be on me. All right, let's play it one more again. For those of you that did not see, which none of y'all saw, because I ain't share. But let's get into it. All right, let's go.
I don't be caring sometimes.
Wait, what?
Whoa, wait, what?
She said bring a man in the bedroom.
Yeah. If my chick, it depends on what type of chick I'm with. If she want to hit some, I don't care, but I'm hitting something. I'm gonna be hitting something else. I don't care.
No.
Time out. But you're gonna be hitting the girl.
No, the threesome with you and another
Let me
guy.
slow down. If a female, depending on the relationship I have with her, if she wants to bring a man in the bedroom,
you okay? You, him, and her?
Yeah, she can knock him off, but I'm probably gonna be knocking something else off. I'm probably gonna have.
You cannot bring a man in the bedroom. No.
We can't bring a man in the bedroom.
It depends. It depends on who I'm with, but yeah, I don't be caring sometimes.
Wait, what?
Whoa, wait, what?
She said bring a man in the bedroom.
Yeah, if my chick, it depends on what type of chick I'm with. If she want to hit some,
yeah, that's weird. I don't know. That's kind of a double standard though, because sometimes most times if not, when they're having said type of threesome situation, they would prefer it be a female to do said threesome with. He's saying, hey, as a male, he don't give a damn. So is it given that you have some bi tendencies? Because I don't know a straight guy who would want to see another guy in the bedroom with him and said female having some type of interaction, because it's too much going on. It's too many things hanging, if you will. Okay. It's too many elephant trunks. All right, damn. All right, so let's move to the next one. Because I was like, hold up here now. Because Ty was like, excuse me. All right, let's get to the next one because I found this other clip. Okay. I think the same interview. I was like, oh, hell no. All right, so let's get into it. I promise I'm sharing this time. I'm gagged by this. All right, let's go.
Right. And we at the bar, me and a couple of cats. And this chick was talking about she's going through a divorce or whatever. And it was hard for her to get out of, the situation. And she said this term like, next, I want to be a hospice wife. And I was like, what's a hospice wife? So I guess it's like marry someone who's about to die. I'm like,
oh, wow, that's a thing?
That's what she said.
He wants to marry someone that's about to die.
Somebody older who's...
Okay, so the question here is, would you marry for love or for money? Put in the chat if you feel that Todd married Candy for love or he married her for the money and the lifestyle. Okay. 1, if you feel it was for love. 2, if you feel it was for money and lifestyle. All right, let's continue this though.
Probably not got much time. I'm going to outlive them. I'll get all of their stuff. I'll take care of them until I was like, I ain't even.
Well, you know, they say you first marry for love and then you marry for money. They do say that.
They do?
You married for love first and then money?
So like the first marriage is usually you marry for love, and then if you get divorced, the next time you look for money or business, about partner.
So you looked up.
What?
You married rich.
Yeah, but he also loved her too. He married for love.
I said
I'm tired of this rich thing, man.
He got both.
Think back 10, 12 years, my wife, she was chilling like regular.
Yeah, and you really made her richer too.
I say that all the time. Yeah, he did make her richer.
So do you guys feel that Todd made Candy richer? Because going into the situation, she was already she was fully a millionaire in the double digits when she met Todd. She is $30 million richer right now. Todd's net worth is only $400,000. So let's keep that clear. All right. Todd's net worth is $400,000. Candy's is $30 million. It's probably more than that by now. Okay. So do you guys feel that Todd made Candy richer once they got married?
I was at this lounge, right? And we at the bar, me and a couple of cats. And this chick was talking about she's going through a divorce or whatever. And it was hard for her to get out of, the situation. And she said this term like, next, I want to be a hospice wife. And I was like, what's a hospice wife? So I guess it's like marry someone who's about to die. I'm like,
oh, wow, that's a thing?
That's what she said.
He wants to marry someone that's about to die.
Like somebody older who's probably not got much time. I'm going to outlive them. I'll get all of their stuff. I'll take care of them until I was like, I ain't even.
Well, you know, they say you first marry for love and then you marry for money. They do say that.
They do?
You married for love first and then money?
So like the first marriage is usually you marry for love, and then if you get divorced, the next time you look for money or business, you know, a partner.
So you lucked up. What? You married rich.
Yeah, but he also loved her too. He married for love.
I said, I'm tired of this rich thing, man.
He got both.
Think back 10, 12 years, my wife, she was chilling like regular.
Yeah, and you really made her richer too.
Like she
really
I say that all the time.
Yeah,
he did make her richer.
I was at this.
I don't know about him making her richer. I mean, maybe because of the businesses that they started together, they did gain some money from that. But ultimately, Candy was the breadwinner in their relationship prior to them being married and during the time that they were married. Okay, so let's move along. So let me show you guys. Is that my last topic? I think it is. Ooh. But let me go ahead and show this last thing that I pulled with Candy and Todd. Okay. We can take this down because I don't need the banner anymore. This is gonna be our last one because I definitely have to go. All right, so let's get into it. According to Braxton Family Value fan page, it says, let me put this back up. All right, so it says that Todd Tucker recently shared that the idea of bringing other women into their bedroom was never something that he asked for, that it was actually Candy Burrs' idea. I can probably see that, because Candy does like women. She does like women. So according to Todd, Candy believed that it would spice up their marriage, or their relationship rather, and keep things exciting. And he went along with it because he trusted her vision for their marriage. So it sounds like Candy was doing more of the leading in their marriage versus Todd. He just kind of went along with it because I guess Candy was the breadwinner. Candy was running things. I think Candy did not allow Todd to actually lead as the husband. She pretty much made the decisions. He went along with it. So the revelation has sparked conversation online about compromise boundaries and how experimenting to please your partner can sometimes come with unexpected consequences, which we all know it will turn in. Once you open Pandora's box, and we talk about this all the time, you gotta be careful, because what if said person come in and can please you better, or please your man better, or significant other better than you? You start to crave that type of attention more than the person, okay, more than the person that you actually lay down with on a regular basis, right? In this situation with Candy Top. So let's continue. It said it's a reminder that what starts as an idea to enhance intimacy can later become a public talking point when you live your life in front of the cameras, which they do. So what do you guys think? Let's go back up here where it says, according to Todd, Candy believed that it would spice up their relationship and to keep things exciting. And he went along with it because he trusted her vision in the marriage. That he says that it was Candy's idea to bring women or other women into their bedroom. He went along with it. I mean, what man is not going to be like, oh, we can bring somebody else in here? Oh, okay. I mean, it's every man's dream to have more than one woman, you know, in a bedroom or in a bed to do some kinky things. They love shit like that, okay? So if their woman is okay with that, then he probably felt like, damn, this is the perfect setup. She got a lot of money, and she like to have other women in here to have sexual fantasies or whatever. So I think he felt that he kind of hit the jackpot in this situation. He went along with it. Ultimately, it said that he stepped out of the relationship. My question is, if somebody else that they brought into the bedroom, was that someone that he actually stepped out with and cheated with, or was it just a random person? Because according to Funky Dineva, he's saying that he actually knows the person that that Todd was stepping out and cheating with. Now, I don't know if that's true, okay? I don't know if he was just talking or if it's true, but he says the girl's name starts with an H. I said, what, hoe? I don't know. But anyway, I won't call him about a hoe. But yeah, so what do y'all think? What do y'all think that it was Candy's idea to have this whole interaction? According to Todd, this is what the post is saying, that Todd says that Candy orchestrated this whole idea of them bringing someone else into their bedroom to spice things up. My thing is, Candy's supposed to be this extra freaky girl. Candy has a whole SEX toy line with all the motion lotions and all the, you know, the deal of the doors and all that type stuff, you know, all the ticklers and all that other stuff, all the lotions, anything that you can think of to get the party started in terms of having a good time in the bedroom. So, you know, she knows all the ins and outs of what every single toy does. So I would think that Candy, honey, could turn it on and probably blow Todd's mind, because I'm sure that's not the first time she's been with a woman. So I'm pretty sure that there's some things that Candy can do to kind of turn his mind on. But when you start having, because anytime you sleep with a person, it's a transfer of spirits. We already talked about that, right? Anytime you have sexual contact with a person, there are types of spirits that transfer from person to person when you're doing that. That's why I said it's not a great idea to sleep with multiple people, because you do carry on their spirits. Their spirits, are inside of you, or become you. You start acting in crazy ways that you didn't even know that you begin to act because of sleeping with all these people and these spirits, right? Soul ties. Thank you, Cassandra. Soul ties. You take on all of these soul ties and these spirits within you from sleeping with all these people. That's why it's not good to lay with just regular people or multiple. Let's say multiple people. Okay, you should have one husband, one wife. That's what it says in the Bible. Not to always bring up biblical stuff, but I mean, that's naturally how it's supposed to go. But in this situation here, again, it's like you're opening Pandora's box. Again, I feel that Candy could have been this extra freaky person to Todd to tickle his fancy and maybe some other things to kind of prevent having that whole, having someone else in your bedroom. I told you, I don't like nobody sitting on my bed. So to have someone in your marital bed, someone else that's not your spouse in your marital bed doing things that your spouse should only be doing to you is weird work. Okay, so he went along with it. It obviously it wound up being the death of their marriage, because now Candy has decided to file for divorce. What do you guys think about that? That is definitely our last topic. I'm gonna look at some comments right quick. I'll leave that up. You guys continue to comment. I'm gonna read some comments. Let's see. Sexy Brown Bone says that and it's a turnoff for a wife. Absolutely. That's a dangerous game, though. That is a dangerous game, because again, you get a girl in there that's a little bit more freaky than you, and she can do some shit that make him, to kind of twist his mind, like, oh my God, I like that. Like, I would love to see more of that. Okay. Like, I'm just saying, if you look at Fatum and you look at Candy, not that I'm comparing women, and I'm just saying Fatum she got a lot more going on than Candy as far as looks. So maybe the attraction, obviously both of them had to be attracted to her to bring her into the bedroom, and for her to be a regular, to go on trips and all of that with them, to be this person they always do these threesomes with. But that could be a dangerous game to where he could fall in love with this person if you continue to do that, because it becomes these soul ties between the two of them. But let's get into more of this. Let's see. Katrina Taylor says that okay, Candy always been freaky, but she makes them sign an NDA, and said that you really think that Candy didn't want Portia, and Todd wanted Portia as well. I believe that. Thank you, Katrina, for saying that. I do, because she did tongue kiss her in the club, and they did say, Candy did say that they shared a kiss. So that's where it begins, right? It does start there with a kiss. Most relationships that turn intimate do start with a kiss, among other things. So I do feel like there was an attraction to Portia. Portia's not a bad looking girl. She's gotten things done to her body, which enhances her look. So do I feel like Todd may have looked at Portia in a way like, oh my gosh, she could be next. Like, we might could bring her in here next, because she obviously is freaky too. She jumped from person to person. Now she's dating a woman, which I'm pretty sure she's doing some things she probably never did before. But in that aspect, yeah, I believe that, Katrina, that if they didn't do it and we just don't know about it, okay? If they didn't have some type of interaction with Portia. That's a good one. Thank you for that. All right, so Tiffany Thomas says that, said I didn't believe that since I didn't hear Candy say that, and she's pretty straightforward. Okay. Michael Burr said that I believe. Said, I apologize, fam. Said, hey, CR. Said, I have better manners to speak with. Oh, you're okay. Thanks so much for coming in. Okay, welcome. Tam C says, I agree with the soul ties. Absolutely. Said, Candy is a freak, period. Yes, sweet essence. She is. Okay. Let's keep going. We'll read a couple more, then we got to go. All right. Michael Burr says that FD ain't credible. Yeah, he's not. That's why I said if that happened. All right. Because he did say, the person that the girl's name start with a H. And it's gonna come out. I don't want to say that because that's what he was saying in the video, but it is what it is. Let's continue. Said cheating is a reflection of that person's character, not a threesome. Oh, come on, Tam C. You better let them know. All right. Katrina Taylor said that God didn't say Adam and Eve and Mary. Come on, okay? That's too many people in the bedroom. Damn it. Just because I'm in the damn California King don't mean I want to take up all the space in my damn bed. Now, I had to roll my eyes on that. Tiffany Thomas said, most times it ends up the demise of the relationship, and does. All right, let's get 2 more comments and then we got to get out of here. Sweet Essence says, an outsider in your marital bedroom will always fall short because someone will always catch feelings. That's true. That is absolutely true. All right, let's get 1 more, then we got to get out of here. Okay. Let's look at this one with Lee Food. Says that that's why he took Mama Joyce's disrespect for so long. Said that anybody else would have been cussed their in-laws out and their spouse for letting the disrespect happen. Right. He was like, I'm gonna weigh my options. Okay. Mom-in-law over here is acting like a total biatch, but over here I'm getting these threesomes and this 30 million coming up in here, and I'm getting to go on expensive trips and ride around in the Bentley SUV. Like shit. Like let me go ahead and take the bullshit and Mama Joyce over here doing the shit that she's doing to me. Like it makes it a lot easier to take somebody's bullshit when the plush lifestyle is attached, right? Anywho, let me go ahead and get Tam C. I know we said 1 more. Tam C says that I think Candy used her Real Housewives of Atlanta checks to finance her other businesses and made Todd richer. Boom, boom, there it is, right there. All of that, because like I said, he did kind of have a little coin coming in, but his money didn't stretch as far as Candy's. I do feel that the restaurants that they started, I feel like that was started with Candy's money. But Todd did say that he is getting ready to revamp OLG restaurants. Okay. Let's take that down. And before we go, let me go ahead on, since I done brought it up now. Usually I like to show you guys receipts when I'm talking about stuff. I don't like to just throw it out there and not give you guys receipts. Let's go ahead and play it where Todd says he is revamping. I kind of mentioned it yesterday, but I do want to show you guys just so y'all know we don't be capping over here, honey. He is getting ready to revamp the OLG restaurants that he and Candy started. So my question is this a conversation that he and Candy had to where you guys are going to split the profits even though they're divorcing? Because yeah, look at me in the comments being messy. But let's get into it. This is where Todd is saying, hey, they about to revamp in 2026 coming up. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Todd Tucker declares that OLG, which is Old Lady Gang restaurants, will get a revamp in 2026. So do Candy know this? Because they closed them down because of the food grades, and they had a bunch of F's over there, I heard, for the food grades. They said the place was not clean and whatnot. We heard about that. Who was that? Sheree said that she went a few times. The tables and the floors were sticky because they ain't cleaned up the place like they're supposed to. They had a pow at what is the Blaze Steak restaurant. Plus the rent was not being paid in the OLG restaurants, and I think the Blaze restaurants as well. So both OLG restaurants were shut down. But let's go ahead and get into what Todd had to say as far as the revamp.
In 2026, I'm back. OLG, I'm about to revamp this. So make sure y'all come support me, man. We out here. OLG. I'm about to take it to the house. Got this chicken and French toast from my boy Ace. Hey, man. Holla at your boy. Old Lady Gang. We out here. Camp Creek. Y'all see it? Let's go. Get them in
So when did they open this back up? Because I didn't even know OLG was back open. From what I heard, they were closed down because of non-payment of rent. So maybe, because I don't be on that side of town. That's what Camp Creek, that's like a little close to the hood, over by the airport or whatnot. I don't be over there because they be pow a whole lot. But anyway, it appears that OLG has, one of the OLGs on Camp Creek have been reopened. So he says that they will be revamping. I will not be going because I had a very bad experience when I did go. So yeah, I prefer my food to be fresh and not sitting under the fucking hot lamp. And that's what I said in the comments. And that's all facts. But if you guys want to go, not trying to disparage her businesses to say, hey, you don't go over there. I'm not telling nobody not to go. I'm just saying I will not be going because I didn't have a great experience. I'm a foodie and I like my food to be good. And if I go somewhere and the experience sucks, like the food ain't is, as good as I thought it was going to be, and shit is too high and the service is not as good. Waitress got a fucking attitude, don't want to come and fill my drink, stuff like that. Yeah, I probably won't be back. Right. But anyway, that is our show for today. Thank you guys. Said Camp Creek never closed, but all the other things. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Lonnie 76. Thank you for that. Okay, because I was told that all of them closed. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even hang out on that side of town. So thank you for that update. I ain't really been looking them up. I'm just kind of looking at the blogs and see what they say. But thank y'all for that. I will see you guys for midday pop-in. Okay, yeah, service is everything for me. If I go to your restaurant, I go anywhere, service has to be superb and the food definitely has to hit because, baby, I'm a foodie. If you mess up my food, you ain't got to worry about me no more. All right, but thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and do our thank you. So, right, I ain't paying for bad service either. Thank you, Sexy Brown Bone. I'm just not. Say I don't be out on Camp. Camp Creek is not a safe place to be, but they are real ghetto and hood up over there. All right, yeah, I ain't got time for that. I ain't trying to be in the wild, wild west for no fucking chicken and waffles. We ain't got time. But anywho and anyway, thank you to my top flight mods for doing an awesome job. True TV Podcast, thank you, Tyra, KBR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, and Rose Armstead. Thank y'all for doing an awesome job, okay? I really, really appreciate you guys. And also to all of my content creators who stopped by here to support the channel as well. Thank you guys. You know who you are. All right. You guys know exactly who you are. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys down. Of course, all of my Caramelians that's in the chat as well. For everybody in the bushes that did not come into the chat, everybody watching, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like the video, share the video as well, subscribe to the channel, hype the video up as well. I will see you guys back for our midday pop-in, whatever time that is. Just look for your notifications because I'm trying to work as well as get things done. I'm trying to multitask today. So I am virtual today, and I will be for the rest of this week because this is a holiday week. Y'all know New Year is coming. The New Year is coming in. You guys make sure you go ahead and get your New Year's resolutions out there if you have them. If you want to share some New Year's resolutions in the comments, you guys are welcome to do so as well. But in the meantime, in between time, happy Tuesday to everyone. And I will see you guys later. All right. Peace and blessings to all. Until the next one. Bye.
Perfect.